The whole of last week here, we had Umantans giving evidence with regards to his case. He clearly stated that when he was arrested for the Mayor case, not the Nongoma case, as Kininda told the court. Remember that Kininda, when he was testifying in court, he said Mwantanzi was initially arrested for his involvement in the Nongoma case, where the accused there it is Qinisani Buthelezi. However, that case in Nongoma started and ended without Mwantanzi being in court, which shows you that Kininda and his crew arrested Untanzi in disguise. They really wanted him for the Mayor case, but used the Nongoma case to keep him incarcerated so that they can gather and cook evidence so that once the case is before court, it is watertight. We know for the fact that the Nongoma case was used because the only accused there, Qinisani Buthelezi, Ntanzi was not called even as an accused or a suspect for that case. Gininda kept on saying that Ntanzi was the person of interest in the Nongoma case. But if he was indeed the person of interest, then you should have been asked for a statement or something with regard to that case. But no. He was only questioned about the Mayor case. That shows you that Amaphoyisa, they use dirty tactics to keep you in prison in order to achieve their goals. Ntanzi, ubuze kuthiwa Ntanzi, do you know anything about the Nongoma case? He said cha. He even said that at one stage he went to perform umgidi or ukudansa lokwesiZulu. He went to uyodansa lapha esigodlweni senkosi kwaNongoma. And there kwakugcwele amaphoyisa. So if they wanted him for that Nongoma case, they would have arrested him there emgidini wengoma lapho kaNongoma. But cha, akaboshwanga because ayikho lento kaNongoma case. So uGininda, in actual fact, he lied in court. He lied in court ngokuthi bafuna uNtanzi for the Nongoma case because ayikho lonto. So that's some of the criminality that's been done by police, which baqamba amanga in order to get these accused guilty of this Mayor case. We know for the fact that these guys did not do anything with regards to the shooting and killing of Mayor. Remember that Gwabini came to court and said, "My lord, Constable Zungu is lying when he says he was at the hostel in my house on 26th of October 2014. He said none of those guys were there." So Constable Zungu, in the other hand, failed to produce anything or anyone who supports his argument ukuthi these guys were there. One thing that he could have done is to provide us with his AVL, which shows him or shows his location at the time of the day when Senzo died. UGininda and ulo ubaloyi bathi i-AVL ka-Constable Zungu abayitholi. How so? It is a lie because Constable Zungu on the day when Senzo was killed, he was driving a police vehicle. And we all know that all police vehicles are fitted with an AVL because it is the police. It's the police of the SAPS. So siyazi lo. How so? During the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, kwakhona General Kumar, who testified before the Madlanga Commission and told us that all police vehicles are required to have an AVL. And on that day, we know that Constable Zungu was driving a police car. So clearly, Ubaloyi and Gininda are hiding that AVL record because it does not support their narrative. Yokuthi Constable Zungu was there. If that report was to be brought in court, the AVL, it would show ukuthi Zungu was far away from Vosloorus on the 26th of October 2014. I would be surprised if he was like 500 meters away from there. I'm sure he was like 1,000 kilometers away from there because wayengekho lapho. If he was indeed in Vosloorus, I'm sure as a policeman he was going to report the incident of these guys or what he witnessed on the day. He was going to report it there and there, maybe on the following day. But because this is a creation of or fabrication, he only spoke about 4 years later. They obtained the statement, I think, in 2023. But Sazomia passed away when? In 2014. So almost 10 years later. So you can see which this Constable Zungu cannot be relied upon because he's not honest. He's a dishonest police officer. And secondly, his telephone records. P. Ugininde and Baloyi were able to obtain telephone records accused 1, 2, 3, and 4 for some reason. But they cannot obtain the telephone record of a policeman who is uConstable Zungu. How is that possible? So uyabona amanga wodwa lawo. If Constable Zungu was there, Ubaloyi and Gininda were going to show us his telephone record so we can see on this day Constable Zungu was in Phosphorus. So siyabona amanga lawo. And then remember that uKadla Mncube was also arrested in February 2015. He was arrested by who? By uMasondo and I think uDlamini. And uMasondo came to court and told the court that when they arrested uKadla Mncube, they found him with a gun, which they took for testing. And at that point, that gun did not link, or did not link him with the Mayor case or the Mayor shooting, which shows that after the arrival of Brigadier Gininda and the rest, that is when the gun was linked. So you can see it is clear fabrication. If the gun was not a match in 2015, how could it be a match few years later? Clearly, the police cooked the evidence in order to suit the state narrative. So, what Ntan said in court this week, I truly believe him. Firstly, he was tortured. He was indeed tortured. He said he did not have a bath for about 4 days. What is that? That is mental torture. And remember that no police officer was able to dispute that fact. Ntanzi akagezanga for 4 days. No police officer was able to come and say, no, Ntanzi unamanga. So that remains a fact in court. Tanzi was tortured. Secondly, Tanzi was kept in the police cell for about 3 or 4 days before appearing in court. The law says you must appear in court within 48 hours, but it never happened in the case of Ntanzi. Then Gininda, when he was asked in court, why was Ntanzi not taken to court? He just said, no, we kept him in prison because he was also wanted for other cases or other matters. So there was no need to take him to court immediately. But that is not the law. The law says you must appear in court within 48 hours. But that biased judge, the Judge Fazil Rata, still accepted the confession provisionally, even though he heard that the law was broken. Tanzi was not taken to court within 48 hours, like any other prisoner or any other accused. So when this case is taken on appeal, those are small things that need to be looked at by those judges in the Supreme Court of Appeal. Tanzi never appeared in court within the required 48 hours. That is against the law. And even if you are a criminal or you are a murderer or whatever, you still have your rights intact. You must be taken to court within 48 hours. But in the case of Bogantanz, it never happened. So in actual fact, Ntanzi's case should have been struck off the roll because his rights were violated by the same police officers that are supposed to protect us. But because we have this biased judge here, kunzima for these guys. But hopefully something positive will come out. I'm hoping that next week Tanzi will be cross-examined by the state so that he can get this thing over and done. I'm tired of hearing it because I can feel the pain in his voice. Each time he speaks, he is reminded of the torture that he endured in the hands of the likes of Omar Pumulo, Omukane, and the late Mapena. So I'm hoping that next week Ntanzi will get done with his testimony, and then you can bring maybe one or two witnesses that will testify in his behalf. For instance, someone that will speak about his alibi, which Waigupi, on the day that Senzo was unalived. I'm sure that he's got a friend or a relative that knows where he was. That can confirm his alibi, because in court that's what you need. You need an alibi to say I was in Pretoria or I was in Durban or wherever, and that should collaborate with what you are saying. So Ntanzi and Ramusapili, I'm hoping that they can get someone who will tell us where you go Ntanzi on the day, because that's what you really need in court. Once you've told the court what Ugupi, then the rest is history, because the likes of Ukwabini, Absalom Zungu, they've testified for him as well, because they said all 5 men were not at the hostel. That was Kwabini said all men were not at his house. So that in itself clears Ntanzi of shooting Sonzamiwa, because Kwabini is actually saying that Ntanzi was not there, meaning that Constable Zungu is lying. So now they've created what we call reasonable doubt. If there's a witness that says Ntanzi was not there on the 26th of October 2014, then who are we to say he's lying? We can't, because now Kwabini confirms the stories Ntanzi, which no, my lord, I was not in Phosphorus. And then Ubabu Absol Mzungu said his son, of which is Constable Zungu, lied under oath when he testified before court because Uti, his son told him in his face that he only testified in the mayor case because he was promised a promotion within the SAPS. That is Absalom Zungu putting his son under the bus in defense of accused 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in actual fact, Constable Zungu has been discredited totally by the evidence of Ukwabini and Absalom Zungu. So Ntanzi now just needs to bring someone else that will confirm his alibi, which is wayekuphi ngomhla 26th of October 2014, and then his case, I think it will move forward. And then hopefully when the case is taken on appeal, because I'm sure Judge Rata is going to find them guilty. But when the case is taken on appeal, those judges there at the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein, they will see that there was reasonable doubt in this case. There was no reason to find the accused guilty, and that is where Ntanzi will then be released from prison, because there are no any other pending cases against Bongani Ntanzi. The Nongoma case, the Sabane case, those cases are dead and buried, and Ntanzi is not in that coffin, because he was not part of that. Those cases were just being used by Gininda and his cronies to keep Ntanzi in jail. Obviously, they got help from the likes of Mchiako, who acted as if he was Ntanzi's lawyer, but there are no records yokuthi Ntanzi ever appointed him. There is no appointment letter. There are no records in prison where it shows that he came to consult with Bongani Ntanzi. Nothing. So Mchiako, he was just sent there by the state to just confuse Bongani Ntanzi in order for the state to get that fake confession. And in the end, they were able to do so because the state used its machinery and it lied in order to confuse Bongani Ntanzi. But hopefully, next week, Ntanzi will be done, and then he'll bring us more witnesses to testify on his behalf, and then the case will move on so that we can get done with this case and then move over to docket 375, because that is where the Mayor family will get justice, not this hogwash docket 636. Thank you for watching.